Don't forget, we've got a Roses update in about 20 minutes. Remember Alex and Connor on last Thursday's Rule and Ryan's Roses?
She was 9 months pregnant. He's cheating on her, and it's
pregnant.
a big hot mess. And also, an hour from now, guys, it's Post Malone or baloney. We're going to give you a phrase. Did Post Malone say it or not? If you just tell us if that's him or not, then you're going to be in the running to win these tickets for one of his 2 shows at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion. That's what you get. So that's in an hour from now. But right now, we're opening up our phone lines at 833-390-KRBE. Tell us what your weird quirk is. Everyone's got one. Mine is I got to be evened out. Everything has to be... Is it symmetrical or asymmetrical? What's the word?
Symmetrical.
Symmetrical, right. If you tap me on my right shoulder, has to be on my left shoulder. You can't just... be like, oh, hey, how's it going? And brush behind me. I'm like, I got to even out. Okay, we're going to the phones. 833-390-KRB. Everybody's got a weird quirk. Everyone's got one. Amanda, hi. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show. What's yours? Good morning.
Hey.
Hi.
Good morning. Yes. Hi. So everything has to be even numbers, like the volume on the TV, the volume in my car, on the radio. It has to be even numbers. I will do increments of 5.
Oh, okay.
And then just recently, because I became a Swiftie with my 2 teenagers, I can do the number 13.
Oh, right. I was going to say that was going to be very difficult for you to be 13.
Yes, because sometimes you need the volume at 13, and it's like, I can't do 13 because it's odd. Well, it's a Swiftie number, so I'll go ahead and do it.
Yeah. I hear that. Somebody put on Instagram Reels the other day, why don't like the global television makers just make the remotes go up by increments of 2?
Yes.
Why is it even 1?
That would be perfect.
All right, Amanda. Thanks so much for telling us what your weird quirk is. You are not alone. Have a great Monday.
They
Take care.
say that is called, when somebody has to have everything even, it's called parity.
Parity.
Parity. Parity.
Oh, not
really?
PAI?
No.
Like a pear?
Parity.
Huh, interesting.
You need
I would think it'd be
parity.
spelled like a pear.
You need everything to be even numbers.
Not paring it down, but a pair of pants.
Like PAI.
Yeah, but that's how it is.
PAIR.
All right, Katie's up next at 833-390-KRBE. What is your weird quirk, Katie?
Hey, good morning.
Hi.
Good morning, Katie.
My weird quirk is that I finger spell everything all the time.
Finger
Like
spell.
sign language, but I
gotta
spell
write
it
it
out
out.
with my fingers.
On your hand.
Yeah. So anything that on my hand, usually my right hand, but also my left. But anything that I hear, I might be having a conversation with somebody, and I'm spelling out the words with my hand.
I don't think that's weird.
I've been
Wait,
doing
have
it.
you ever had anybody in your life that is deaf and maybe for some reason
No.
I don't know, we kind of just do stuff like that around somebody? No? Nothing?
So- No, when I was in high school, I took 3 years of American Sign Language for my foreign language, and I started doing it then, and I don't know any other signs. I can't sign to you. I don't know anybody that's deaf in my family. I'm not deaf, but I just developed this habit that I finger spell.
That is so interesting. Do you do it in meetings or like interviews? That's got to be kind of funny. You're in an interview to get a job,
I try to hide
and you're
it
finger
sometimes.
spelling.
I do it under the table.
I don't know how you could focus. Like, if I'm trying to, so you say what you like. If you're speaking to us right now, were you signing, or is it if we are talking to you that you're spelling out what we're saying?
What are you finger spelling?
Because I would be so confused.
Yeah, it's sometimes things that I hear, sometimes things that I read, like if I'm just driving down the road, or things that I hear on the radio. Sometimes it's things that I'm thinking in my head. My husband is the only one that's noticed sometimes when I am irritated and I'm sitting there quietly pondering what I'm irritated over, my hand kind of goes crazy off the wall.
God, that is
Is
so
it
wild.
just-
So then
is
he
it
knows-
just
he looks at
difficult
me and he's
words?
like, okay, what's wrong?
Like, will you
Do
only
what?
will you only spell out like difficult words that you're having problems spelling, or do you just spell out all words?
I don't think what's difficult
All
words is
words.
her thoughts.
All words. Okay.
You're kind of like writing
Yeah.
out your thoughts in your hand, is what I'm
I'd get
understanding.
so
Exactly.
lost.
Wow, I'd be
Yeah.
very busy doing that and distracted. Okay, Katie, you know what? I don't know if anyone else has that, because we always say somebody else has that.
Someone's
So-
texting.
Oh, did you? I was going to say,
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
texts
yeah.
us at
Somebody started
37530. Are you a finger speller like Katie? Because
Yep.
if you are,
I finger spell
she's not
everything
alone.
too. And then other people said they were
That's
just
crazy. I've never known anybody else to do that.
Yes, that's
Okay,
the
well,
thing.
there you go.
You're not alone.
You're not alone. Katie, thanks for calling the show. I'll be
Thank you.
thinking about you now. Your finger spelling
right?
everything. Have a great day, Katie.
All
Take
right.
care. Happy Monday.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bill is up next. What is your weird quirk? 833-390-KRBE. I understand it has to do with part of a morning routine or a night routine, Bill. What's your weird quirk?
Yeah, Yeah, so when I get my toothbrush, I put water like on the bristles, and then my toothpaste, and then water, and then brush my teeth.
Oh, that's normal. That's
Wait, I don't think you're supposed to water it
some
twice.
people don't think it's normal, Ryan. Remember we did the story that people think you're not supposed to
you
wet
don't
your
wet
toothbrush?
your toothbrush
but
before
I like
you
to
put
wet it.
the toothpaste on?
But then he wets it again after he puts the toothpaste
I do that
on.
too.
I don't think you're supposed to do that. You're only supposed to wet it the one time.
Aren't
if
you
wet
worried
it
it's going to
again,
fall off?
But what's the supposed to? What's the crime here?
I
What's the
don't think
wrong
because then
part?
that washes off the toothpaste or the one of the.
Yeah, you just dab it. I mean, I do the same thing.
Devil, do you?
You wet the brush, you put on whatever, your Colgate or Crest
Wait,
or
say it
whatever.
again, Bill?
I just think that the toothpaste tastes like, I don't know, weirdly dry if you don't put water on it. I know it sounds kind of dumb.
No, I'm with you.
Because it's a liquid. You're like, it tastes dry.
Well, this is a paste. It's called toothpaste.
I mean,
it's a paste.
Yeah, very pasty. There you go. That's
It makes it a little bit more, it lathers up a little bit better when you put the
that's
water
what I
on
feel
top
too.
of it.
Water. Now
I
I'm
feel
trying
like
to think.
that.
I don't know how I do
It dilutes it, makes it less effective.
Okay, wait, let me ask you all this question,
But it's
Bill.
not that much water
When you
in it.
open up a brand new package for a brand new toothpaste.
Yes.
Now I'm going to say Bill wets his toothpaste. His toothbrush. Does anybody else, when you open the package from a brand new toothbrush, you just put the toothpaste on and go?
No.
Or you wet it?
You wet the brush.
A dry toothbrush straight in the package, boom, toothpaste, boom in your mouth.
Some
Anybody?
people do that.
Do
But
you do that, Kev?
No. I wet the brush, but I don't wet it afterwards. Once the toothpaste is on there, then I ain't going to put any more water on there because that
Sometimes
dilutes
if it's really thick, clumpy toothpaste, you want to put a little water on
Look
it.
at that clumpy toothpaste.
Well, then you're diluting
No,
it.
I mean, there are different consistencies of toothpaste. I'm telling you, there are some, like the whitening type stuff. It's a little more creamy, and then like I know I will use Colgate, and it's a little thicker,
Well,
so I put a little water on top of
Bill,
it.
at 37530, a lot of people are saying, I wet it 2 times also, before and after toothpaste.
What's the
now
harm?
people are going to think about this all. With the one thing you heard on the Roula and Ryan show today is, how do you brush your teeth? Do you wet the toothbrush, put the toothpaste, and wet it again? Or do you just go totally dry the whole way? Or do you just wet the toothbrush?
Gosh, dry the whole way.
Dry the whole way.
That's
That's savage.
cringes.
You are
Yes.
savage. If you open up a toothbrush package and you go straight for your mouth with dry toothpaste.
Oh my gosh.
Bill, thanks for bringing up the conversation because now I can't stop thinking about it. But you're not alone.
There you go.
Have a great day, man. Take care. Bye. This is so funny. The amount of text we just got in the last 65 seconds over how people brush their teeth is insane.
It's
And
like
the phone
whatever
lines are
works
full.
for you.
Let me keep going with what's your weird quirk and try and get at least one more in there.
Oh, Ahmad's trying to get your
Michelle,
attention.
line
Go to
5, yeah.
Line 5.
Michelle's up next. Hi, Michelle. Good morning. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy
Good
Monday. What is your weird quirk, Michelle?
On $1 bills or singles, as I call them, there is a letter next to the president, next to Washington. All those letters have to be in alphabetical order.
Hold on, girl. You're doing a lot of
Or
work.
else,
Do
what
I even
happens
have a
if
dollar
they're
bill
not?
so I can look? Let me see. Okay, so you're saying I don't think I even have $1 on me.
So what happens
And
if
the
you
weird
find
thing
one
is,
and it doesn't have it?
for me, it's only on the singles. I don't care about any other bills.
Oh, I do have $1. Hold on. Tell me again. The letter next
the
to
letter-
the president's face.
Yes, that needs to be in all my ones need to be in alphabetical order according to that letter.
Okay, so if you're looking at George Washington, to the
okay.
left of George Washington and to the right, there's one on the bottom left and there's one on the top right. It's a series. And it starts with a letter.
So it's a series.
It's
not.
just the letter, letter that's in that
Yeah, the first
circle
one.
to the left.
Oh my
Does that designate where it was printed? What does it say inside that
I
letter?
should
It
know
says
that.
like in that circle, it'll say something like
Look, I'm
printed in
this,
such and
Kev.
such. No, the
Okay.
other one on the left hand side, the one that says K.
Michelle, when did this
That's
start?
okay.
Like, when did
No.
you start?
Oh
doing
my
There's a
this?
K on
gosh!
there.
It
Isn't that
started,
what is that letter?
and I have no idea
That's an
why.
E. Sorry,
It
that's
just
an E.
started all of a sudden.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, I was called Rain Man one day. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you're like Rain
Rain
Man."
Man.
I'm like, "Yeah,
Hold
I have
on.
no idea why,
Oh
and
my
it's only on the singles."
I have never noticed this in my entire life, and now you are turning me upside down. It's not the series of letters I'm talking about.
No.
There's a letter with a circle to the left of the
Yeah.
president. I
And
Just
never.
that one letter.
The
So what does it
one
say
letter.
inside there? Does it say where it was printed inside of
This
that?
one just says
It's
E.
only on the $1 bill?
Yeah, let me hold on.
And let me ask
For
you.
me, it's only I only care about the $1 bill. The other bills I don't care
So
about.
if you have a bill that doesn't, what do you do?
That doesn't what?
Wait,
have a
they all
letter?
say-
Like, yeah, I mean, if
All
the
the ones.
letters are
Like,
not
say
the
you
way
have
you
a
want.
520.
Yeah. Do you get rid of that?
Oh, no, then there's no, that doesn't bother me.
Okay, wait. Here's the answer. Michelle, you're blowing our minds today. So, Kevin, your answer is I have two $1 bills. Yes. One of them has a B in the circle. One of them has an E in the circle. Right. And in the very, very, very tiny print around the circle, it says Federal Reserve Bank.
Whoa.
Federal Reserve Bank of New York for the letter B.
Yep.
Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond, Virginia for the letter E.
I told you. It's for where it was printed.
Oh, my God. Michelle, I've never noticed these letters, and I don't think I can unnotice them now. You've ruined me.
Who cares? It's just where it's printed.
You put them all. Look at J is the Federal Bank of, what is this one? Kansas City, Missouri for the letter J. Mm-hmm. I got $3 bills. Look at me.
That's interesting. I never noticed those little details.
I feel like in school we did a whole dissection of the dollar bill about all the different pieces of it and what it means. But there's still a lot of mystery surrounding the pyramid and the eye.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got to watch National Treasure for that.
Yep.
Yes, because that's historically accurate.
National Treasure. Or when I lived in Philly, I did the tour of the Federal Reserve Bank. Don't we have a Federal Reserve Bank here?
We do. It's on Allen Parkway.
Yes, do one here. You can do one here and learn all that stuff.
Wait, you can go in there?
Yes. I think they do tours.
I thought it was a big safe.
Okay, hold on. Somebody text me at 37530. Can you do a tour here of the Federal Reserve Bank like you can in Philly? Because that's how I learned about coins and stuff when I was living there. Michelle, thanks for pointing that out. Or maybe no thanks. I'm not sure. Because everyone's going to be like, what the heck? I have to do that too now. And if anybody does what Michelle does, text me at 37530.
Someone does. My husband does this with his money too. It's so annoying.
Oh, wow.
See? You're not alone. You're not alone on the weird quirks. 713-278-VENT. That's 8368 for the listener line, because I can't get to everybody's weird quirks, but we got a lot of them. Because next up, we got to check in with the Roula and Ryan's Roses update for Alex, who was 9 months pregnant when we called up her husband, Connor, only to find out terrible things about him. He is a terrible man. Oh, get the recap, get the update next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Now, time for a Roula and Ryan's Roses update.
We're going to do this on the air.
104.1 KRBE.
All right, parental discretion is advised. Last Thursday, Alex was telling us about Connor, her husband. She's 9 months pregnant, and he has shown no interest. He hasn't been going to the baby birthing classes.
Or any appointments. He's just totally disengaged in this pregnancy. They've been together for a few years, married a short time, first baby on the way. It's supposed to be an exciting time. Mm-hmm. It's not. So when Alex came to us, at first I was, sarcastically joking, okay, well, I'm going to veto this, Roses. You're too far along for us to stretch out this much. But she was like, I'm already stressed out. Let's go. I'll be more stressed if I don't know. So we do this, right? So we call up Connor while Alex is listening in on the line. I offered him this whole over-the-top $200 bouquet of roses. I did the whole thing like, oh, are you married? Like, I just was getting nosy with Vanessa.
I mean, there's only one place you should send those roses. That would be to your pregnant wife,
who's about to give birth. And here's how it went with Connor.
Vanessa, good things come to those that wait. Love, Connor.
Oh, my God, Connor.
What?
Who is Vanessa? Who is this person that you're sending roses to? And why are you not sending roses to me, who's 9 months pregnant?
She's just a coworker.
What are you waiting for? For me to have the baby? What kind of marriage is that? Are you kidding? What kind of father are you going to be?
You tricked me into having a baby with you.
What?
Like, I don't want that.
Did you just say that?
No.
That's awful.
This was not planned by either of us, but you know that the two of us made this decision together. I would have let you leave, and then I would have figured out how to do it on my own or whatever. I would have made choices without you. But we made this together, and I cannot believe that you're just completely denying that.
I was going to do the decent thing and wait until 6 months after the baby was born before asking for a divorce.
Oh, my God, you guys.
Well, you're so nice.
Oh, wow.
6 months.
You guys don't get to take the moral high ground. I did the right thing.
I think we do, because that is the sleaziest thing I've ever heard.
You think that was the plan, that you were gonna ask for a divorce 6 months after the baby? Like, that's what's gonna make this easier for me? Did you ever even think about what would be best for me? Not just the baby, but for me? No, you're only thinking about yourself.
Oh my God, this is ludicrous.
I think we just hang up on you. This is ludicrous. No, what you're doing is ridiculous.
Hang up on me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can.
Watch this.
All right, and here we go. Bye.
You have all your answers. Now you got to figure out what you're going to do, because I cannot stand men who act like they were trapped into having a baby with their wives.
Quick question
You
for you.
made that.
if you have a baby, does he have any rights to go in there while you have the baby? The woman gets to choose who goes in there, right?
Yeah, you can determine who you want in the delivery room.
Oh, absolutely. Clearly, I'm going to start divorce proceedings today, and his bags will be packed and waiting for him on the porch.
Oh, my God. I'm so sorry.
I just don't want him trying to come in there while you're trying to have the baby.
Well, do you have your family here? You said your dad called this out.
My folks are nearby, and I have some really good friends. And I don't want to panic and think that he's going to, charge into the delivery room, but I really don't think he is. I think he's just going to completely check out.
Now, we did learn after we initially aired that, we had lawyers texting in, and you can absolutely decide who you want in that delivery room and who you do not want in that delivery room.
It wasn't even lawyers. It was the labor and delivery nurses who were telling us all the good scoop, because everybody's situation is different. I feel like every year that passes, there are different rules and changes and policies. I mean, my last kid was at 9 years ago, so I just remember the nurse
constantly evolving.
Was like, you can make us the bad guy. You kick out anybody you don't want in here. If you don't want somebody in here, we're going to tell them to leave.
Mom should have all the rights. I mean, you're the one giving birth. Something happened in that call I forgot about. She goes, I'm going to talk to my dad. Her dad, remember we forgot to say that part.
Is the one that had the same problem with his first marriage where he cheated on his first wife when his first wife was pregnant.
Uh-huh. So Alex was not able to call in. She did leave a comment on the listener line, which is 713-278-VENT. And I don't think there's any huge surprise here.
Hey, you guys, it's Alex. And I just wanted to follow up and say thank you again for, unfortunately, finding out that my husband was cheating on me. And, it's been a couple of days. He's out. He's not making any effort whatsoever like I thought he wouldn't. So he's not doing anything. But at least, thank God, my family is really supportive and they are rallying around me. And my friends are, I feel, slightly optimistic and really blessed. So thanks, you guys. I at least have clarity on what's going on now.
That's so much to carry while you're pregnant. And
Lee, I can't imagine this.
I mean, you're at the dance, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's about to happen.
Yeah.
It's one thing if it's early on. I mean, and any time in this pregnancy is not a good time to find this out. But when you're right before it, she's already been stressed out this entire time because he's being a jerk.
Yes.
Somebody called in.
So maybe it's even better of a release then.
Yeah.
For him to not be around.
Because at least she has answers now instead of always second guessing.
Don't worry about how ridiculous he's being.
That sick feeling in your stomach. Somebody actually called in on the listener line. It was really full this weekend, so she had some advice.
Hi, guys. I was just listening to the Roses, and it hit home with me, and I just wanted to extend my heart out to the lady in the episode. My ex left me with 4 children, and basically pretty much the instant after my 4th child was born, he packed up and moved to Pennsylvania, and has been in her life minimal. Maybe once or twice a year he would have come around. Don't let her put him on the birth certificate. That saves a lot of hassle right away when it comes to custody battles. Yeah, just wish her the best.
So here that Alex, she's saying don't put him on the birth certificate.
Well, then who do you put? Don't you have to list somebody as a father?
I'm not sure. I've never been in a situation like that.
We heard the crazy stories.
That you don't know.
Whomever you put on there, that guy that had to sue this lady he never met, he should just put his name on there, and he was on the hook for child support. And he was like, this is not, I don't know this lady. That's not my baby. But they're like, well, you're on the birth certificate. You owe her child support.
Oh, my gosh.
That was I think, over 5 years ago. Maybe it was a pre-COVID story. So then to the woman who left us the listener line message, who are you supposed to put on the birth certificate? You got to fill out a name.
I think you can leave it blank, can't you?
I don't think so. I don't think they let you leave stuff blank.
But if you don't know who the dad is.
Yeah, you'd have to leave it blank.
37530 for the people that work in the hospital on in documents. Just when you're about to fall asleep. Knock, knock. Hi. Documents.
Yeah.
We got to fill out your birth certificate and paperwork. You're like, okay, I guess so. Sure. Come on in. Knock, knock. Lactation consultant. Knock, knock. Time to check your vitals.
I just Googled it really quickly. It says, no, a mother does not have to put the father's name on the birth certificate if they are not married at the time of the child's birth.
Oh.
So does it say you can leave it blank, though?
Yeah. It says you don't have to put it.
Now, every state's different. The laws are different in every state in America.
All right. More listener line calls came in regarding what happened with Alex, who is 9 months pregnant.
Can we have an update to the Roula and Ryan Roses updates, please? Can we have an update, let's say, after, what happened after all this was done? I would really like to know if we could get an update on any of the cases that you guys have done. Okay? All right. Thank you. Bye.
The cases. Yes.
Yeah, an update to the update.
The cases.
People are texting with vigor at 37530. She better put his name on that birth certificate. Or else
She wants child
you're not
support.
gonna get that child support from him. Take all his damn money, says this texter with all the emojis.
That's true.
If she does not put him on the birth certificate, she does not get child support or medical insurance. Do not leave it blank. So, yes, you can leave it blank, but should you is the question, I guess. That's not a good idea. I know. Somebody else tell us about that. Any more calls on the line about that?
Not about that,
Okay,
but just in general, somebody really loves the show.
Good morning, KRBE gang. I'm here just to say we have a beautiful morning, and it's even more beautiful because my mammogram came up negative, which means that I'm good to go and that everything is fine and I don't have to worry about those little bumps. Thank you guys for making my morning bright. And please, Ryan, I don't know, get a grip, honey. Why are you so moody? You're about to get married. Love y'all.
I didn't think I was moody. I haven't been moody. Now, I was a little moody.
Honey?
I was a little moody on
Surprised
my...
you didn't delete that.
No. We're going uncensored here.
gosh.
I was a little moody because, like, on my IG, on my stories, I posted a picture of what it was like coming in from the airport. I did a story last week in the news how about, don't worry, they're saying they're going to make traffic so much better at the airport. Y'all, it took me
on the exit
90 minutes to get out of the airport yesterday. It's nuts.
So you park your car in the garage.
In the garage.
And the garage exit took 90 minutes.
Which
And I wanna
garage did you park in?
the
Sorry, real quick.
CDE.
Yeah, okay.
So, by the way, give yourself a lot of time. Like, I didn't make a reservation. I just got to the airport, and thank God I got there like 2 hours before my flight. Because it took over an hour to find a parking spot, like all 7 levels. I'm going around, I can't find a spot. And then just getting out, they were staggering people out of the lots again yesterday. Like, in other words, they weren't.
Out of the levels.
Yeah. So
Of the
it's like
parking
they
garage.
had an attendant there and he's like, no, wouldn't let you leave. And the traffic is really bad. So they've been saying that it's going to be fixed. And don't worry, Thanksgiving's coming up, which is like really one of the most traveled times of the year.
Well, this whole last part of the year.
Give yourself extra time getting there and definitely be patient. I would say go to the bathroom before you get to that car because you could be in that garage for a while.
So anybody from IH want to throw us some insight on what's the plan? Because, so far I have escaped all the drama you guys are talking about, but I have to travel over the holidays too, and I don't want to be stuck in that. 37530 if you want to give us some insight on that. And Roula and Ryan's Roses happens every Thursday after 7 o'clock. You go to krbe.com to reach out to us if you need some of our help regarding your relationship. Now, coming up next in Celebrity Scoop, how each member of One Direction reacted to Liam Payne's passing and everything we know and more regarding that. Next in Scoop on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Keep your radio right here.
Time for your daily scoop. Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
On KRBE.
It is brought to you by Taquerias Arrandas. And don't forget, 8 o'clock this morning is your first chance of 5 chances to win a pair of tickets to see Post Malone for the Wednesday show at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion. He's going to be here Tuesday and Wednesday. We will read a phrase to you, and you have to tell us if it's something he actually said or is it a bunch of baloney?
Balone
8
or
o'clock.
baloney?
8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Those are the 5 chances to win Post Malone tickets. All right, so sad news, of course, last week as we found that Liam Payne had passed away from a fall from a balcony, and reports were coming in like crazy from what actually happened before that fall, where the lobby was up in arms over this man who was making such a ruckus.
It seemed like he was exhibiting erratic behavior.
Well, we already knew on Thursday that authorities were searching for the dealer that brought him drugs because the front desk staff had to call the police about Liam's behavior all over the lobby, and he was destroying the room. And they were worried about what was going on in that room because the person on the phone to 911 said there is a balcony in that room. And now we know that he died after a fall from the 3rd floor balcony. Nobody, as far as I've seen so far, has said that it was an intentional throw yourself off the balcony situation. But given the erratic behavior he had, the drugs and alcohol he was under, I do not believe he chose to do this. I think that he probably did this in this.
It was an accident.
temporary haze of drug influence. And unfortunately now his son doesn't have a father. His friends don't have their friend. His family doesn't have him. Liam Payne passed away at the age of 31 in Buenos Aires, and all of the One Direction members had released a statement together over 24 hours later because they had to get it together because they just were so devastated they couldn't believe it, right? So, of course, the outpouring around the world of all the One Direction fans, the official statement from the original members of One Direction were completely devastated by the news of Liam's passing in time when everyone is able to. There'll be more to say. But for now, we will take some time to grieve and process the loss of our brother, who we love dearly. The memories we shared with him will be treasured forever for now. Our thoughts are with his family, his friends, and the fans who loved him alongside us. We will miss him terribly. We love you, Liam. That's from Louis, Zayn, Niall, and Harry. And then they all did their own individual ones. Louis Tomlinson's was probably one of the longest ones, and Niall as well. Harry's was... I mean, they're all heartfelt, and they all lived this. They all became famous together. They all became chased by thousands of girls together. They were a 5-pack that were living that together for their first time. And I remember when they were here for their show at the Woodlands, I asked them, what does it feel like to be this group that you've heard of all of your life, or you've probably seen in music history where the boy band is getting chased down the street? That's you guys now.
Right.
And they were just saying like they don't know how to process it. That's why they just trust that the people around them are going to keep the crowds off of them, and they know how to run fast. Because remember when Justin Bieber, there was a video of Justin Bieber, I don't know where that was in California, like legit a pack of girls were coming at him, and he was like running for his life. Because you think to yourself, well, what's going to happen once you get to him? Like,
right,
what are you
goal?
Going to do to the person? You're going to rip off his shirt? You're going to tear his clothes off? What are you going to do? They want to touch him. But if you have 40 people at full speed running at you, anybody is terrified.
Just the noise, the sound. Special K, do you remember when you and I did that gig with it was Justin Bieber? It was you and I on that balcony.
Yeah,
we had
I'll
just
never forget
interviewed him. And how piercingly loud.
That was for the Not So Silent Night show.
It was.
Yeah. Like in 2000.
And
I don't know
the
what
girls,
that was, 7
like
or
I thought
something?
my eardrums were going to break. Like it was so high-pitched to scream. So imagine that coming at you.
Yeah, I mean, for thousands of girls over the generations have the high-pitched scream. I remember when we had Justin Bieber in Studio 104, the pre-COVID Studio 104 was a smaller space. I guess it might still be on my Twitter/X. You know how Twitter, you can have a profile picture and then it has like a main background picture?
Yes.
The background picture that I still believe I have there is the picture I took of a Studio 104 audience waiting for Ed Sheeran. So I was standing in the spot where Ed Sheeran would be talking, looking at the crowd of Studio 104, which is not a crowd. It was like 35 people. But for Justin Bieber's visit, we had moved all the furniture out so we can pack as many girls as we want in there. And we had made them sit on the floor, crisscross applesauce. And we had made a little aisle so that Justin could walk through the door of Studio 104 to that mic position. And in the, quote, green room, a.k.a. one of the offices here, where we had some water and some food and stuff for him, when one girl just saw a flash of him walked through that threshold, the scream she let out in that vacuum-sealed Studio 104.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just that one girl scream, she freaked out when she saw his shoe go through the threshold.
It's his shoe!
I remember thinking like, oh my God, like I don't think my ear's going to recover from that because I was too close to that side of her. Like it was on my right ear and I was like, oh God, that really hurt me so bad. But we don't know the power of our scream, do we, girls? We really don't. And when there's 1,000 of you together or 10,000 of you or 100,000 of you, I remember like the One Direction guys, they just were backstage and that whole tour was just roadies, managers, and whatever fun they were having. When Justin Bieber came for that apology type tour, which we didn't know what to call it, when they had said
he was doing like a
it
spoken
was a surprise
word
show, and it was not really a show, but he was going to do like a thank you for the fans, and nobody knew what to expect. And the max price for the ticket was $30 at Toyota Center, and they invited me and some other people to go on stage to talk to him. I remember Justin Bieber was on a scooter and backstage. He was just scootering. Not a motorized one. We didn't have electric ones yet. He was just on a scooter, like a Razor scooter, and that's just how he passed the time. And he does that song Lonely, talks about how lonely he was. Because at least One Direction, there's 5 of them. NSYNC, there was 5 of them. Backstreet Boys, there's 5 of them. And they could all talk to each other about how crazy this hysteria is. But when you're by yourself as the superstar, that's why it's kind of sad. Like I think that was playing the other day. Lonely but Justin Bieber was playing the other day, and I really listened to the words. I go, God, this is really sad. Like he is really like calling out for help in this song, saying nobody blinking cares about you, because it is the machine. Like, well, come on, let's go. You got this 100,000 girls out there. Let's go. Sing the songs. Let's go.
Well,
Don't be
a lot
sick.
has changed now. He's a family man. He's got his own child.
But what hasn't changed is that hysteria. It's just a matter of time for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's the next one? Who's the one right now? Who's the one right now that gets mobbed? I can't even think about it. I don't know. Everybody gets mobbed, but is it like Benson Boone doesn't get mobbed like that yet, does he? Does he get mobbed?
I bet he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Is Benson Boone get mobbed like that right now to that hysteria type? Yes? Okay.
I'm building towards it.
All right, well, he's the next one. I hope he has Bieber's number. You can talk about it.
The Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
Okay, so today is the first day for early voting. The race for president, U.S. Senate, and more are on the ballot. Now, in Harris County, there are 2.68 million people registered to vote. To prepare before entering the voting booth, what you want to do is go to harrisvotes.com. That's where you get a lot of your questions answered. harrisvotes.com. All polling location hours will be from 7 in the morning till 7 p.m. Now, for those relying on public transportation, Metro is going to offer all voters free rides to and from the polling locations. The last day to apply for a ballot by mail is this Friday, October 25th, and the last day of early voting in person is Friday, November 1st. So get out there and vote. Now, you see this one all over the news. A helicopter crashed into a radio tower last night in East Houston, killing 4 people, including a child. The video is just so disturbing, y'all. It just... boom, it just hits that antenna as a fireball. It crashes to the ground. It happened at 7:45 p.m. Now, that tower is about 1,000 feet high. Witnesses had watched the helicopter burst into a fireball as it crashed. It should take several days to clear all the debris and complete the investigation on the scene, which is off limits to the public. Officials are requesting residents look for fallen helicopter parts, and unfortunately, there are also human remains in people's yards. They're saying, please do not touch anything. If you see something, you found something, call 911 and they will get to the scene. That's what's going down in H-Town.
All right, coming up next, a lot of people have different dating situations happening in their lives, and they come to us for some help on that, and it's called date or ditch in this situation. You're newly dating somebody, and you're wondering, okay, is this a red flag? Should I run away from this, or do I give this a pass and keep on going? Date or ditch. A lot of people leave us their situation on the listener line at 713-278-VENT. Let's find out the next one on 104.1 KRBE.